So the question sounds, can I, without any topic whatsoever, actually talk my butt off until the end of this video, which is about 10 minutes or so, or whenever this speed paint is over? Well, my friend, what a silly question. Of course I can. Good day, DPs, and welcome back to another speed paint. And what was actually initially, I think it was actually just a one-parter initially, because yeah, in the other Deltarune X, or maybe I should call it X. That sounds like a ship name or something. Just Deltarune / Hollow Knight speed paint or combination or character morph or whatever it was. I said that I messed up Susie's drawing, or that I had drawn both Ralsei and Susie, but I messed up Susie, and that's why there was only going to be one of them. But guess what? I redid it just yesterday. I actually just drew this over again, and it went a lot better this time because I didn't use the absolutely horrible. Or, well, it's not a horrible art style, it's just not intended for character design, it's intended for background work, which makes sense. It's like painting something with the wrong tools. It's just, don't use that, it's just a bad idea. Well, I bet some people could do it, but not on their first try. I literally just learned that technique that day, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna draw a speed paint that probably a bunch of people are gonna see. Of course I'm gonna use this absolutely new ability that I know nothing about, and then I'm just gonna make a speed paint out of that. And I don't know, maybe that might ruin the consistency of it now. And now like Ralsei is kind of like this weird painted color, and Susie's just straight up like regular cell shaded kind of color that I usually do. I don't know. I thought it was interesting actually. I thought Ralsei's turned out quite well, despite it being kind of like liney and scratchy. I thought it was kind of rustic in it, and I did like that. But anyway, I've dragged out the time long enough by just talking about how I liked everything to look and how pretty I thought it all was. Hopefully you like the Susie design, by the way. I also said in the first video that it was hard finding like Susie or making Susie's design, and it was. In comparison to Ralsei, it was, because Ralsei already looked kind of, well, I wouldn't say insecty, but she looked very flexible in her design. She already had like the W, the little uwu mouth, or okay, you know, maybe I shouldn't call it that. Maybe that was a bad idea. But let's be honest, Ralsei has an uwu mouth. Let's just come to terms with that. She has an uwu mouth. No matter how you look at it, the glasses are round, the mouth is a W, is an uwu mouth. But yeah, her design was very flexible. And the issue with Susie is that she isn't actually, well, it's not really as defined. Is that the word for it? It isn't as defined of a character as Ralsei is. She isn't as unique. She's basically just a bad mean girl type. I don't know. Is she a dragon or a horse or a donkey? Like, you can't really tell from the pixel art, but she kind of looks like a mix of it. I don't think she's a lizard though. A lot of people say she's a lizard, but she has freckles, which is more like, I don't know, donkey animal thing. I don't know. Maybe it's like I mean, she's probably just a fantasy animal. She's a monster, so I shouldn't put too much theory into that. But other than that, she just wears like, I don't know, typical mean girl stuff. She has kind of like in her fantasy version, or in the, I don't know if we ever got a name for the world, but in the inside the closet, inside freaking Narnia, or wherever they went, she kind of had like those spikes on her shoulders. And I actually did add this on the design initially. You might even see it in the speed paint that I added these spikes initially, but then I removed them because Hollow Knight, that's also an issue. Hollow Knight has a very simple art style, and Ralsei, she had a very simple design, very easy to go from, very easy. Whereas, well, I wouldn't say Susie has a lot more detail, but just in a bunch of intricate parts that make her look like her. So I tried to make her like antennae. I still made her like an insect. I tried to make her antennae really bushy. That was actually my main issue, because I wanted to create her hair, because her hair was like her biggest characteristic, her hair over the eyes. That was kind of like a big deal in it. And I don't know, I think even some people theorize that she covered up a scar that you only see in the end, but it's hard to see on the pixel art. But I don't know, maybe she didn't have a scar, but it just looked a bit like it. But she covered her eyes like through almost the entire game, so I needed to have that in there somehow. So I just made her antennae really bushy, and that took a bunch of attempts. You didn't see that on screen. You didn't see that on screen because I didn't record it. But I drew a bunch of sketches before that, where I tried to of her head, just trying to make it look somewhat, I don't know, decent. I still like the way I did Ralsei a lot better because, well, I don't know, it was just it was very easy to do. It was very easy to see a way to make her fit into the Hollow Knight scheme of things. Once again, I think also, I already said that, she's very simple, but other than that, I think Susie just kind of turned into like this warrior insect girl, and I don't know, probably wouldn't fit in Hollow Knight, but I tried my best, and that was the challenge anyway. I don't know what else, or what other challenges to do. I don't know, I'm gonna morph some other games maybe. I also mentioned this in the last one, but I did think of doing Wonder Song, but I may or may not already be doing a Wonder Song speed paint for Christmas. Who knows? Maybe. I actually really like the art style of that game. Wonder Song. It was very like, or it was kind of like that clip art. Is that what you call it? It was kind of like cut out. It looked like it was cut out. It actually looked kind of stop motion-y, but it just kind of layered it, so it looked it maintained that look in it. So that's definitely what I'm gonna do in the next one. But oh yeah, now we reached the part where I actually gotta talk about Deltarune and the Hollow Knight. Oh crap, isn't that a shame? I already talked about Hollow Knight so much. I don't actually play Hollow Knight terribly much anymore. Just because I literally have nothing else to do. That's why I kind of like recorded the mod thing, because I want to do more Hollow Knight content, but I know they're making a Hornet DLC. At some point, because that's what they said they would do in the Kickstarter, and they've released so much content. They've been so, I don't know, I was about to say gracious. That's not what you call it. Generous. They've been so generous with the content they're giving us. So I'm betting they're gonna make the Hornet DLC or whatever. And I think you actually have to pay for this one, which I do not mind at all. But I'm excited for that one, and of course I'm gonna record it because it's gonna be so cool. But other than that, I don't really have much other Hollow Knight stuff to do. I don't have much other to talk about. Do I have anything to talk about with Deltarune? Not really without going into, or not really without agitating the Undertale community. Yeah, I don't want to agitate the Undertale conspiracy theory community. My God, like as soon as you watch one video on either Deltarune or Undertale, doesn't really matter. I don't even know if I watched a lot of videos on Deltarune or Undertale, but my recommended list got absolutely spammed with conspiracy theories of Deltarune. And you know, I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like, you know, you could easily just stumble on the truth. You could easily stumble on, like, oh, the actual intention, and I feel like Toby Fox might even be kind of like sweating in his seat, because this is an episodical, is that what you call it? Episodical game? He's making, like, I don't know, more parts. I don't know if it's just a two-parter, but he's making more parts of the game. So if people figure out the plot of the story already, or how it all fits together, it might kind of like ruin a big twist later. And that's where I feel like conspiracy theories, and just the fact that there's so much pressure on poor Toby. He has to outsmart the entire internet, and that must be a very, very sucky position. Unless he just hasn't revealed a lot, which would be the smart thing to choose. Just don't reveal pretty much anything until the game is out and people can play it. And then you get the twist in the same game. I don't know. But that's hard to do. That would require like a long game. Because I really want to get that attachment feeling that I got with Undertale. I didn't quite get that with Deltarune, but I don't know if it was the writing. I think the writing was great in Deltarune. It's just simply the same. I talked about this in my post-video game depression video, that I just don't think... it has to do with time as well. Like, you don't get post-movie depression. You don't get that lasting impact. Or you don't get that emotional impact from movies the same way you do from series and video games, because those things last way longer, so you can just sit there and kind of like binge it for hours. And I just think you basically need more time to be to be physically able to adapt to those, well, not adapt, but just grow to like these characters, and like people need more time. So I don't want Toby to rush it. So I really hope that the next game is gonna be, I don't know, bulkier. It's gonna be like 5 to 8 hours long or something. I don't care how long it takes for him to make it. I just want him to make a really good game, and I want, I'm with him, you know. I'm with Toby Fox. I want him to beat the conspiracy theorists. So it's just, if the game keeps being like in episodes of 3 hours, it might very well be that conspiracy theories and stuff like that is going to piece it all together, and I don't know if the entire internet knows about it. It's just kind of going to ruin it. And once again, I do feel for Toby, the fact that he has to outsmart the entire internet like that. But I'm excited to see what happens next. And holy gosh, heck, geez, heck, or whatever non-swear word you're gonna say, we're already at 10 minutes! Isn't that amazing? I knew I could do it. I told you guys I could do it. I told you guys I could absolutely talk my butt off for 10 minutes, even though I might have kind of like started and, I don't know, made awkward pauses, because I'm not very good at talking. I'm good at rambling, but I'm not very good at actually structuring deliberate. I'm not good at English. I'm not good at structuring good conversations, especially not one-way conversations, because I don't know if you know this, but you don't get a lot of practice with one-way conversations that you do on YouTube the same way in real life. So you don't get practice that way. I don't know if this is entertaining, by the way, for anyone. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here late at night, and I was actually just planning to go to bed. I was planning maybe I was gonna record this tomorrow, because it's been a rough week. It's been kind of like just a hard work week running up to Christmas, you know. I think everyone's kind of in a rush. So I think everyone's kind of on my side, or in the same boat as me, at least. Everyone kind of knows that little, like, oh, it's Christmas, everything's good, you know. We're getting closer and closer to that 24th or 25th of December, but still, you know, everyone's kind of Christmas rushing, so that's just kind of the stress, the Christmas stress. Christmas joy and Christmas stress, they go hand in hand, but that's just how it is. But anyway, yeah, I think that was about it. I hope you got any sort of content out of that, but I don't know, I just like talking. It's not just because I need to make filler for, it's not purely, trust me, it's not purely, I promise, it's not purely because I want to fill out just the audio in this video. I don't want to make speed paint and just smack up a music track and then you can just watch it. That would be kind of boring. Not that I know this is entertaining, but I don't know. I just like talking. I like talking my mind, and I like this. Also gives me that occasion to, you know, just practice sitting here and talking at a screen. That is actually incredible. I'm probably gonna talk about that when I get 100 subscribers. I'm gonna talk about how much progress I've made or something, because right now I am having a much easier time talking at the screen than I did back in the day. I remember back in the day when I had to do speed paints, and you just sat here, because just sitting here and talking at the screen is much harder than doing Let's Plays, by the way, because you just sit here. You don't have anything. That's the easy thing about Let's Plays, because you always have the Let's Plays, always to fill out that void, you know. If anything, if you don't have any topic to talk about, you could just go to talk about the game, you know. Oh, okay, you can let the game fill out that void, or you can just grow silent and people can watch the game, so that's very easy. But sitting here and talking on the screen, that's much harder, and that's one of the points I'm proud of. But I should shut up, because that's for another video. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.